So picture this, a late-night threat between exes, a secret that could absolutely destroy a friendship. Oh, and $24,000? This is the wild story of how one little argument in a public chat room just exploded into this huge saga of betrayal, lies, and, yeah, financial warfare. Let's break it all down. And right in the middle of this whole mess is a woman named Miss. And just listen to this. This is from her. She's not one to back down, not at all. You can just tell she kind of thrives on the conflict. And believe me, in this story, she is about to get the fight of her life. Okay, so it all kicks off late one night in one of those audio chat rooms. And like so many of these stories, it starts with an ex. A guy named DG logs on, and he's not there to chat. He has a warning, and that warning is what sets this whole thing on fire. I mean, check out the escalation here. It's immediate. Miss is trying to cool things down, right? She's like, "Sir, I leave you alone." But DG, nah. He comes in hot with this clear ultimatum, tying a personal warning to a straight-up financial threat. But here's the thing. Hidden inside that threat is one single word that just blows this entire story wide open. Exactly. Who is her? Who is this woman that DG is so hell-bent on protecting that he's willing to threaten to ruin someone financially? Well, the answer, that's what turns this from just another spat between exes into a full-blown crisis of loyalty and betrayal. So the her he's talking about? A woman named Shade. And here's the first major twist. Shade isn't just some random new girlfriend. Nope. She's supposed to be a friend of Ms. Someone from inside her own circle. So you see, this isn't just about a breakup anymore. This is a straight-up betrayal. And this right here is the heart of the betrayal. Miss reveals that Shade didn't just get with her ex, she did it after talking so much trash about him. And Miss has the receipts. She's got messages where Shade was calling DG slow and ugly. It's that hypocrisy, you know? That's what really cuts deep. And to make matters even worse, this wasn't just some one-off thing. See, DG had a history of dating inside their friend group, PGM. First it was Danielle, then Miss, then Elaine, and now Shade. So this pattern, it makes what Shade did feel less like some new romance and more like the ultimate violation of the friend code. So feeling totally betrayed, Miss decides, you know what? No more secrets. And Shade has a huge one. But to really get it, you need to understand this term, a Google baby. It points to a whole other level of deception, right? Faking a life that just doesn't exist. And this was a secret Miss had been keeping for her friend for years. And here it is, her justification, completely raw and unfiltered. Miss basically says that while she was out there defending Shade and her fake baby, her own real child was getting attacked online. And Shade never said a word, never stepped in to help. So in Miss's mind, that loyalty was a one-way street. The deal is off, and the biggest secret of all is about to come out. Okay, let's rewind for a second. Back to DG's original threat. Remember, he didn't just mention Shade. He threatened Miss's money, and he dropped another name. And this is where the story pivots. It goes from personal betrayal to a financial mystery that's going to blow everything wide open. Yeah, this is the name DG dropped. A mysterious figure that Miss Sue claims is just a friend. But this man, known only by this, memorable name, is about to step out of the shadows and inject a whole new level of chaos and a very, very specific dollar amount into this whole saga. $24,000. That is the insane amount of money that this man himself gets on the call to reveal he gave to Miss. And you can just hear the bitterness in his voice. Miss had publicly friend-zoned him, calling him just a friend, and he clearly feels used. I mean, in his mind, you don't give $24,000 to someone who's just a platonic friend. He feels like he was played, and now his name and his money are right in the center of all this drama. And just like that, the whole conflict just explodes. It's not about Miss and DG anymore. Now the money guy starts claiming another user, Dior, has also been begging him for cash. Dior fires back instantly, calls him a liar, says he has proof. All of a sudden, it's a multi-front war over money and who's lying about who. The original beef? That's ancient history now. At this point, the whole situation just spirals into pure, unadulterated chaos. The drama gets so intense that the anonymous audience, you know, the people hiding behind fake profiles, they can't just watch anymore. The war is about to go completely meta. So to understand this final act, you gotta know what a burner account is. We're talking about anonymous profiles usually named after like retail stores or fast food chains. They exist just to watch the drama from the sidelines. But in this story, the sidelines completely disappear. And the accusations that start flying around are just truly bizarre. People start claiming that the anonymous burner accounts are all secretly hooking up with each other. We're talking TJ Maxx is with Love Stuff, Starbucks is with Chipotle. The audience has now become the main event. They're creating their own parallel soap opera. Even the main characters themselves can see how absurd it's all become. They realize the anonymous audience isn't just watching anymore. They're actually mimicking the very same behavior they came to see. The fighting, the hooking up, the begging. The line between the performers and the audience has just completely dissolved. So, where does all this leave us? Well, there's no clean ending here. This isn't one of those stories with a neat beginning, middle, and end. It's more like a snapshot of a digital battlefield where alliances shift in a heartbeat and new fights open up without any warning. So just look at how this chain reaction happened. It starts with one simple threat. That threat exposes a betrayal. That betrayal unearths a devastating secret. That secret gets tangled up in a $24,000 mess. And that mess completely devolves into this chaotic war between anonymous accounts named after shopping malls. I mean, it is the perfect storm of modern online drama, which really just leaves us with one final and I think crucial question. In a world where our personal lives become public content, what happens when you become the main character? What happens when the lines get so blurry you can't even tell if you're living your life or just performing for the next episode? What happens when you realize you're the star of a show you can't turn off?